The following production is part of the Play Some Video Games podcast network.
Welcome back. The Nintendo Shack is back. I am Jason Lacey. Donnie Reese is here.
Greet Scooples.
Caroline is here.
I need a catchphrase.
Yeah, I've been working on that forever, and I don't have a catchphrase, so
We'll figure it out.
never have a catchphrase.
I'll hold a poll on Twitter, and people can
As I
vote
let
for
the intro music repeat. You didn't do it. Nobody noticed that, right? Okay. Yeah, Donnie's got the good catchphrase. I just pretend I know how to host, and we do it. So, hey, the team is back again. It's been a while since we've had the full crew assembled.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You left me alone, and look what happens. I bring Lucas onto the Nintendo Shack.
I know, but
Nintendo console.
last week's show was kind of entertaining. It was interesting hearing from a not Nintendo fool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice little, different take on things. And then he became a Nintendo fool, and that was glorious. And it was all planned. It was like there was like this big grand scheme at foot.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny talking to because it's like, am I leading him somewhere? That's what it felt like a little bit sometimes. But no, that was awesome. It was cool to how that all worked out. And I mean, he's probably still crapping his pants a little bit about it all. So I love it. I love it. The power of the internet,
Yep.
What can you say? Feels good though. Feels good to be back on the podcast at the crew, doing our thing here. Nintendo Shack, PSVG, proud member of the network. I should probably do that, but that's all right. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. We typically like to ask you guys, the listeners, pull you for questions, and we like to address them on the show. But tonight we've got plenty of content that we just got no room. We've got no room for that stuff because I feel like this is like the popular thing people are doing right now, but we've got to do our take as well. We've got to talk about characters we want to see in Smash Brothers. So that's our focus tonight. We're going to talk who should be in.
Are other people already doing this? I thought we were out in front.
I think people are always doing this.
Oh, that might be true.
That's true. It's like always happening. That's a good point. I think Caroline's not about that.
I mean, the Smashified thing went on for years.
It became a whole channel.
Yeah.
So, at first, it was just this cool prank, and then it's just like, oh.
Shout out to Smashified. I love Nomni. So.
I just remember when it first happened, though, and everyone's like,
I know. I was
can't be fake.
Fooled.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Rayman?
Right? We'll talk characters who should be in Smash, who could be in Smash. No way this happens, and these people, we got to get rid of them. And depending on how long that goes, we might talk a couple news stories as well because we're out to do that. But do we want, podcast full? Do we want to talk at all what we're playing, or do we want to just get into this?
I'm playing the same old crap.
Xenoblade?
Yeah.
I'll take a quick stab and say that I've been living over here in 3DS land. I got a new DS unit. I got one of those 2DS XLs.
How many DSs have you swapped?
Yeah, that's what I want to do too.
So
the Netflix series Altered Carbon? That's you, but with 3DS.
Those are my sleeves, my 3DS. My very first 3DS was the original Zelda model, the gold one with the Triforce on the top and bottom. Is that a Link Between Worlds model, I think, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had the Majora one, which I adored for the longest time.
Did you have that twice? Did you have it once?
I had it once. I had a plain red one that I got, that one. I had a plain red one that I got for my son for a while. Then I don't think I had another one until those mini ones and the new 3DS came out, right? And I loved the mini one with the faceplates. I went bananas for that thing. I went nuts.
You and Jack, though, that was like your thing, was getting the faceplates.
I bought two of them, and at one point we had like 17 pairs of faceplates.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had a lot of faceplates. And I was actually at GameStop this past week, and I would call him a friend, but that's not really the case. I know a guy, we were aware of each other, who is a collector of sorts, He's constantly like buying things, and he was there to trade in a 3DS, and I had never seen this one before, and I was like, hey, that's cool. Let me take a look at it. And he was like, okay. So it was this one, the Pokemon 2DS XL. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Because you remember when it was announced, I was like, I thought at the time when it was announced that it was like the epitome. It was like the perfect model 3DS, right? Like just the way it's set up, the way it looked, like their button placements, the screens. I like the hinge, the speaker placements. Like it just seemed like the quality of life improvement. It's like they fixed everything that everybody had, to say about it. And I was kind of messing with it, and I was cool. He's like, yeah, I'm trading it in. And he said, I really want one of those small ones. He's like, they're super hard to find. I was like, are they? And he was like, yeah, I haven't seen them in the store forever. And I was like, I happen to have 2 of them. He goes, would you trade one? And I was like, yeah, I think I would. Instead of you trading that Pokemon 2DS XL, won't you just take one of mine? So I ran home, grabbed mine, came back, did a system transfer in the store, and shook his hand and said goodbye. So,
wow. Only at GameStop.
I traded my son's. I didn't trade mine.
Oh, no!
Because his was more beat up than mine, and I'm not a fan. I'm not as much a fan of the black model as the white model. So I just did a system transfer of my son's to mine, and then back mine up. So, just black. Jason's like, I just got standard black issue, military issue.
Oh, she dead.
Oh,
are you serious?
I have the original Aqua Blue one.
I just haven't charged it,
okay.
I haven't charged it since I beat Samus Returns.
Oh.
The fun part is by getting the 2DS, the new one, and then moving my son to a new one. My son is now the only owner of faceplates, so he's been swapping faceplates ever since.
Oh.
And I started playing it again, primarily with Josh Stapleton on Twitter, who picked up a copy of Mario Golf World Tour.
Hello.
And I have a long history with this game, especially those of you that know me all the way back to the Married to the Games. Caroline, I used to run a weekly Mario Golf tournament that ran for a while, right, Jason? We probably did that for like maybe 3 or 4 months. We ran like a weekly tournament for quite a bit. And
just like Mario Kart nights we did back then.
Yeah, that was kind of our thing. We were playing Mario Golf on 3DS, playing Mario Kart on Wii U. Like we just did that for a while. So he's like, Donnie, I bought this.
To get some Mario Kart going again. Especially I think Lucas wants to get it. So if he gets it, then I definitely have to.
That's fine. Yeah, let's do it. I'll Mario Kart it up.
With my boy.
I gotta re-unlock all my stuff. My kids wiped my save, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh no.
No. You don't have to unlock it. That's a mission for the kids. You say, hey, Dad's going to work.
You're gonna play this until I get every card back.
That's a coin. Go.
Cruel and usual punishment. That'd be awesome punishment. So anyway, he texts me a picture. He tweets a picture. He's got the game, and I'm like, "Hey, do you want to play?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I just got it. I got a deal, I guess." And I was like, "Awesome! I'll stand up a tournament. Let's play." And then so he starts tweeting folks. I start tweeting folks. I include Caroline. I'm throwing him like, "Hey, who wants to come play?" And all of a sudden, we've got
like a lot of people.
Yeah, we've got 7, 10, 12 people that are going to come play golf.
How many people bought the game just for us?
It does feel like we're getting a tweet like almost every other day with somebody like, I'm going to get the game.
Bought it.
Chalfie bought it.
If I could find the deal that Josh got, he got it off eBay for like $17.
Yeah.
That sounds doable. That doesn't sound crazy. Like if you really want it hard enough, I think you could do that.
You can probably go to a GameStop and find pre-owned, cheap.
Yeah. So I got to 7 under, which I think Caroline matched me on her first try. She just rolled out and got there.
I'm rusty, dude. I'm rusty. But like I said, I just said I eagled hole 17, which I was shocked. I was like, is it going to go? Is it going to go? And, it does that zoom in on the hole from where you hit. And I'm like, oh, my God, please. And it happened.
I've tried to beat my 7 maybe 6 times, and I can't. Every time I screw up one hole, and I know I just restart, try again. I just like in this bad addiction. I'm like, all right, I gotta redo it.
I'm gonna try again later, but
see, Jason, you got to get in on this, man. You don't know how good the game is. I've been trying to tell you for this is what it's been 4 or 5 years in the making. This is a great game.
I was like, that was one of the games that was like my next to buy list on the 3DS, and then it was like, oh, the Nintendo Switch is coming out in March. I was like, oh, okay,
that's out.
Not spending any money until March then. $25 pre-owned on GameStop.
That's not bad. It's worth it. I can say that. I mean, I
don't know. You might be able to find one in this. I don't know.
I think you could eBay or Amazon it better than 25.
Maybe, probably.
But anyway, yeah. So we've been trading golf rounds. I told Josh, I was like, you don't realize what you've done. I was like, you've made me feel young again. I don't think you realize what you've done. Every time,
turn back the clock 3 years.
I have never even played a Mario Golf game.
Really?
Yeah, because
this one's probably my favorite one.
I never owned I didn't own a 64, and I never played one on the GameCube, and then I didn't have a Wii, so
yeah, that makes sense.
I never played one, and so that's the thing. And this is like one of the games I want to come to Switch so bad because I want to play it.
It's so good when it comes to Switch. As long as Camelot does it, we're sold. We're so golden.
Actually, now that I mention it, I've never even owned an arcade golf game. I had a demo disc on PlayStation that had a Hot Shots on there, and I played that like the 3 holes for like over and over. So I love that style of game, but I don't think
this is bad.
Yeah.
I had to.
We got to convert them.
We will. You let Josh and now Bobby.
No
apparently,
sim golf?
Nintendo Guru is going to come join us. Now you've got to do it.
I played sim golf.
Yeah,
Donnie and I have talked about sim golf.
Yeah.
Well, one of those gift cards didn't make it to Lucas. I got that eShop.
Sorry, buddy. I just finder's fee. It's a finder's fee.
Yeah.
I would say this before we move on to our topic at hand. Mario Golf World Tour. Since I don't think I got a chance to officially review it for the site, or if I did, I don't remember. Mario Golf on 3DS is probably my favorite multiplayer game that ever came to 3DS. I really think its multiplayer is extremely underrated, and I say that knowing that it's not a download play game. That's probably the only knock that you could say against it, is that it's not download play. You can't play it with all of your family with one copy. Everybody's got to have their own copy. However, that said, it's got tournaments where you post a tournament up. Anybody can play at any time. You don't all have to play together.
That's an awesome feature.
Then it loads your ghost so that when somebody does jump in 2 or 3 days later, they actually see where you are on the golf course.
Yeah, that was really fun to witness. I was like, you were hitting the ball so quick too. I was like checking my shot, making sure I lined everything up, and then Donnie's like already 3 shots down the fairway.
Grip it and rip it. Let's go. And then it has online lobbies, which I feel like is unheard of for a 3DS game, where if you and your friends can all communicate, you can totally play together online. You can jump into a lobby and just play golf together on a 3DS. Not like a console, not a thing, just right there in the palm of your hands. It's really neat.
You did review it. Confirm. You reviewed it on 2016.
This was probably like the first thing or the second thing I did for the site.
First thing was Wind Waker, I believe.
Yeah. I think I ported all of that stuff from the MTG forums over.
Do you want to have a guess at what you gave it?
I probably didn't give it 100 because I probably feel like I can't give a golf game that high a score.
I give it 100.
All right. 95?
Ooh, 94.
94. There you go. That's trying to be the sophisticated game reviewer. Man, it's one of my favorite games.
What would you give it now, though?
Game, but I'm critical.
I've played this game for 150 hours.
Oh my god!
So you're like, why does he play so fast? I know every inch of that. Like I know exactly where I hit the ball. Every like.
Why am I even playing? Donnie's gonna win.
And I'm not even a collectathon guy. Like Jason knows this about me, but when it comes to golf games, it's got a weird thing. I got all the coins. I got all the characters. I got all the outfits. Like I've done everything you can do solo mode with this game.
All the world stuff, like all of the countries.
I did the hole-in-one challenge, all that stuff.
Well, I did too way back when, but the only thing that I never got was all of the country outfits. Wow. How did you pair up with people?
I played it a lot. I won one American tournament and I placed like second in one like world tournament. I think that was like at one point in time, I was like 17 under 18 holes in like one of their tournaments. I was like, jeez. Anyway, we can't sit here and talk about Mario Golf for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. We're talking about a game that came out like in 2015.
Right.
As to quote a popular phrase on the PlayStation Video Games Discord, old game is old.
So hang on, before we leave that, that's something that always comes up. This old game is old thing.
I blame Josh.
And, I get it, right? Everybody wants to be excited. They always want to play the new hotness. But I, in particular, because I don't think I've said this on any show yet, and I've been doing it for a few weeks. Sunday mornings, I've been doing the Sunday morning rewind. I call it Sunday Coffee Rewind on YouTube, and I've just been replaying games, like old games that are like Uncharted, Infamous. I played some Gears of War. Like I've just been replaying some stuff. I'm playing with 3DS. Started playing Bravely Default the other night. Like completely forgot how good that game is. It made me 10 times more excited about Octopath Traveler. Just playing Bravely Default for 2 hours. It's like, man, I forgot all about this game.
It's a gorgeous game too.
I don't subscribe to that old game. I mean, I'm obviously still have a Wii U. I think people realize that already, but sometimes it's fun to go back, especially when you know like something's really good.
All my PC games are old games, so I mean,
yeah. I get it. It's not that it's wrong. It's just I don't know. I like video games.
Well, then you can't like games. Can't like having fun and just like games, Donnie. You have to play.
I don't know. It feels weird to like think of video game. At least to me, it feels weird to think of video games as like such a consumable piece of media. Right? Like I might get that with movie, and there are even movies that I've watched 7, 10 times over. But like, you know, sometimes you'll find something you're like, I'm good with that. But I don't really feel like video games are one of those. I can't say that there is like a game I would never replay. They're just games that I would rather replay more than others. But
who said that they would never replay Ocarina of Time? Was it you?
Oh no, I feel like I replay Ocarina like every year.
Somebody said that they would never play it again. Maybe it was Kevin.
It sounds like something Kevin might say, but
yeah. I mean, let's face it, Kevin says all the things like that.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, no, I mean...
Trash, I don't want to replay it.
I just think with me, I just need, like, enough time away. You know, if you give me a year or two away, and I'll completely forget 95% of the game. I'll forget everything except, like, a main story beat. And then I'll go back and replay it. I'm like, I forgot all about this and that person. You know, so it's like it's new again. I don't know. Sorry. Rant over.
Ramble.
All right. What does that mean? Is it time for the main event?
Yeah. Oh, it's time for the main event.
We can do that. Well, let's get you hyped.
We need a gif of Caroline at this point.
I know. I did it ridiculously on purpose.
I love it. Oh, Smash Brothers. I wish I could just play it, let it go forever. I wish I could. Yeah. It would distract me. So Donnie proposed the idea, so why don't you introduce? I mean, I already gave us the little gist of it, but
sure. Yeah, we've got some categories. We're gonna go who's out. I don't think every character from every game has ever made its way forward. So we know somebody from the Wii U character from the Wii U lineup.
I need to look up the list. Actually,
okay.
I know one.
So we know like they're not all going to make it. So who's out? We're going to say who should be in, and those are like I'd say maybe our easy guesses. Like, yeah, these people should probably be in. Who could be in? You up at a ramp. Give me somebody maybe you think has a better chance than some, and then no way this happens. You're pie in the sky, crazy idea. I told everybody to bring 2. I've brought 2, kinda. If you guys have more, we can definitely talk more if we've got time. Yeah. But one of mine is a little bit, yeah.
When I look at when this game came out, it just feels it feels so much like it was yesterday to me. And then it was like 2014, and then it's just like, God, it's really
game is old.
Mm-hmm. Older than Mario Golf.
Guys, I've fallen down a rabbit hole of Smash Brothers deep. So like I've almost started playing Melee just because.
So
which usually happens every time I start watching. Like I rewatched the Smash Brothers documentary, then I found out they got a new one on the way, so I'm hyped for that. Now I found this other channel that just it's interviews with the pros, and they talk about like these pinnacle matches that they played, and it is like this. It's like, and
I was obsessed with watching pro play for the longest time.
I can't wait for Evo. I love Evo. Evo is so hype.
I gotta say, my overall impression when I made my list, when I look at it. I mean, obviously, I know it's not going to be right, but when I look at it, I'm like, this all makes pretty sense. I got to say, I feel really grounded with the options I picked. They're not crazy Donnie stories. Like, I feel like I can make a case for all of them. I'm not sure how you guys feel about your list. Like, when you were making your list, did you feel the need to get crazy with it, or were you like, this is totally plausible?
Like I said, it's predictable for me, but it's conservative. I don't think it's I don't think there's anything out of left field.
Okay.
I I don't think I'm just that creative half the time. So, do we want to start?
Let's start who's out?
Who's out? Okay, I think that's where I want to start too. Do I want to say? I think I'm going to say it feels weird because like some of these DLC characters feel like kind of were a reach anyway. But I'm going to say Cloud. Cloud's my first pick who's out.
I said it as well.
Okay.
I don't see that like partnership working out again. Or
exactly what I said.
I mean, I was going to put that on my list, but I thought maybe you two would put it on yours, so I didn't. And,
predictable.
Nice job.
I don't know how that works. Like, is there a set license amount of money? Like, if you want Cloud in your game, anybody, do you just like call up Square Enix and they're like, it's $5,000? Because if it's like that, then Nintendo could do it
For
again.
Nintendo, it's probably like 50,000.
I mean, if we look at it this way too, like Capcom should be paying Nintendo a buttload of money because they've single-handedly regenerated so much interest in Mega Man.
Yeah.
The only point to counter Cloud being out, because I agree with you, it's a licensed character you think can have the hardest time coming back, is that they're still working on this Final Fantasy VII remake. You'd think that they'd want to put him in, if for nothing else, to keep the mind share. Keep it going.
Smash 6 is going to be out, and they're still going to be working on that game.
Touche, Jason, touche.
Here's how you look at it. Like, I thought, like, two of the weirdest characters that are probably in this game, at least in terms of that license, is Cloud and Ryu.
Yeah, Ryu.
But I think he could still be in there because they've got this.
I agree. With Street Fighter came to Switch, so that's why I didn't put Ryu on there.
Okay. I also didn't put Ryu on mine either. Caroline.
I have no attachment to Cloud because I didn't buy anything.
I don't either. For somebody that did play Final Fantasy, it feels like it is a different, like, I guess the PlayStation universe and the Nintendo universe. I just never saw them
crushing
mixing.
Devin's heart right now. Just
in the terms of RPG hero. So if he had that bandage over one eye, well, then it would be different. It would be, and it'd be a different story altogether.
My other one that I think just needs to be cut is Dark Pit, because the guy's just a clone, in my opinion. He's pretty much just a reskin.
Using a roster spot for.
That is true. That's a roster spot that I think could be better used for someone else.
They should just do something like they did with Robin, and just do the palette swap like that.
Yep.
I'm going to go Wii Fit Trainer. She's out of here. This isn't the Wii anymore. There are no balance boards.
I didn't even think about that.
Sweetheart, you're fun, but you're out of here.
But Rob is not Switch. He was NES.
Yeah, but Rob's iconic. Nobody even knows who the Wii Fit Trainer is. Like, that's why we call her the Wii Fit Trainer. Faceless, nameless character.
You just call her Weef. Like wife, Weef.
You want me to go again? You can come back around?
Sure. Snake. Yeah,
the second one is going to play a little bit into my predictions for the next tier. Dr. Mario, you're out of here.
No way.
It's enough. Dr. Mario, like, we've had it. It's okay. You talk about she just said it's just a clone.
He came back.
Dr. Mario is a jacket. That's all it is a jacket. He puts on a white coat. It's like Superman all of a sudden. He puts the glasses on. They're like, where'd he go? So that was my second one. And Dr. Mario is out. And I'm going to come back to that.
Okay.
Waiting on you, Jason.
This one's a stretch for me, but I'm going to say it. Lucas. Because Mother series doesn't go any further than what we've got in the West.
Kevin's going to be so mad.
You know why I said it. Mother is dead after her film. There's no Mother 3. There's nothing. It's done.
I like playing as Lucas. That would genuinely make me sad. I'm not the Mother fan. I think he's a fun character. He's got cool little moves.
Yeah, I'm just saying it specifically.
It's funny.
This. I have nothing against the character, but that's just. I gotta be edgy,
You're up, Caro.
That was my other one, Cloud. Remember?
Oh, that's right. She did too. Forgot about that. So let me ask you this before we move on to the next tier. I thought about the Mii characters because they represent this whole generation. However, they sold so much DLC that you could outfit your Mii with. I expect them to do the same.
I don't want the Mii's to go away. In the Nintendo ecosystem in general, I want them to do so much more than what they are right now. They're just empty. I hope the Mii's never go away.
And Smash is an opportunity for that. At one point in time, I thought about like creating a Mii amiibo of me, like because I thought it'd be cool, like to use with Smash. So that's why I didn't put them on my list. I don't want them to go, but I wonder.
Those Mii fighters
would. I'm sorry.
Those Mii fighters are OP as F.
That's true.
Yeah, they really are.
That's true. And you got to put Majora's Mask on and swords and stuff. Yeah,
it's fun though to like play as yourself though, and have yourself in Smash Bros. You know, and see your name up there. And like when I was beating down Donnie's kids, it's like Jason wins. I was like, yes.
Just smacking Jack and Victoria all over the ring
and over the adolescents.
Oh dear.
So that was our Who's Out. Now we're talking. These are the big stretches. The no way this happens.
Oh.
There's like this slim chance, but you never know. I'm gonna go with my first one, Simon Belmont.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, I think you'd have to go like traditional Castlevania 2D pixely Simon Belmont, not like a 3D souped up incarnation, but that classic pixel with the whip, and you could throw a dagger and all that stuff. But
like
this is Konami we're talking about, right? Or is that Capcom? I can't remember.
I believe it's Konami.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they don't know how to do anything with their properties.
No.
So there's no way it happens.
I wonder if it's just as simple as like writing the right person an email. If you just like Sakurai at Nintendo.com. We'd like to put Simon in the game. It's done.
Done.
I feel terrible that I had to look up. Did Konami make Castlevania? Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Was that like a... What's the DI?
Sakurai gets any email like that, he's just like... He just rages, you know? That's what he does.
Okay.
Caroline?
Me?
Yeah.
Donnie will appreciate, and I've said this ever since I saw it in Smashified. I want my girl Shantae in the game.
That would be one of your...
I think that her like moveset in
Hair
the
whip?
games, the actual games, is just like it fits itself perfectly to Smash.
The whip, the cannonball,
Hair whip, her transformations for special attacks. I
She gonna
think it'd be
dance?
great.
the pistol.
Her elephant, that can just like her side B could be the elephant, just go.
That's true.
I think it'd be really cool.
I'd love to see some of the indie partnerships come in. I would love
Beep, harpy, flying.
There you go. I like it.
Harpy.
Okay.
All right, Don, next.
No way this happens. I want it
No
to,
way.
though. I want it to, but I just don't think they're going to. The champions from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted it. I was thinking about them, and I wanted at least like Urbosa.
Everybody,
She would be great.
As assist trophies.
yeah, but playable characters. Everybody wants to play as the champions. That's what we wanted in Breath of the Wild.
For
We
DLC.
wanted. That's what Ballad's DLC, right?
That's how they'll troll you. They'll give you a Falco Lombardi skin as regalia.
So that's what I was thinking, and that would enable them to really create some roster turnover, and what I would think is like an easy way. So if you think, like, let's say they lost Cloud and Ryu and whatnot, when you throw the champions in, and I think most people would take that swap. So I was trying to think in that regard. Plus, they're all very like varied and different from each other, and they would have different move sets. You have the heavy, and then yeah. So I was thinking that they'd be a great fit. I don't think they're going to happen. I think it makes sense for it to happen. I just don't think they're going to.
How sweet is it going to be just to see Zelda though in her like Breath of the Wild like persona, instead of just in the dress floating around? Now she's going to have like that traveler's gear on with her butt kicking boots on.
Absolutely.
It's sweet. I guess this would be your. You want to go two in a row? Or do you want to start?
Sure, I can. My second never going to happen. Travis touchdown.
Oh,
Nice.
Makes sense. Beam Katana. They're working with Suda. He's coming back. He even said in the interview, I didn't know if you guys saw that. He said that No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again is an attempt to hopefully see if there's something there for the series to actually come back with a No More Heroes proper. So like, and if I recall correctly, that's always been essentially a Nintendo exclusive. It's just the Wii games. So like it would make sense for them to partner, especially if they're going to partner with an indie. That's one. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, have we ever gotten like a Western developed character in the game from like anybody not Japan? They're all like Japanese characters or from characters from Japanese developers.
Sonic doesn't count, even though he was heavily westernized.
But Sonic's Japan.
Let me look here.
I don't think so. Or at least, at the very least, I think it's very uncommon. Because even like Snake, Japanese developer.
Japanese.
So Travis Touchdown fits the criteria. It's a Nintendo property that can get a little Nintendo rub that Nintendo fans like. And he has a beam katana. Like that's what he does. And he's funny as could be. The art style should make sense. And if I could down B, like if I could down B or block Travis Touchdown and he pulls out a toilet and sits down and like, you can't hit me, that would be hilarious. Everybody would laugh.
Yeah, I think you're right. Everything's an Eastern property. There's nothing really from the West.
Yeah. So
that's nuts.
I don't think it's going to happen because he doesn't have the clout of any character to ever fit in the Smash roster. But he totally fits.
Another reason Shantae won't make it. Jason or me?
Go ahead, Caroline. You have the floor.
Another indie. I don't think it's going to happen, even though it's, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, more and more popular. But I believe that Shovel Knight would not be in on the roster, even though I think that he would be a great fit.
He's my should be.
Okay.
Should be? He's your
Okay.
should be.
Because I think it was the first third-party amiibo.
Yep.
And I think they've got that relationship.
Sold super well on Nintendo platforms.
Put them in the game. Put them in the.
It'd be such a nice reach out from Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in when they did those polls. The roster votes. Like how many people voted for Shovel Knight?
They'll never show it. They're
I'm
never going to let us know.
I think we need to. We're gonna see a character. I think we should see a character. Let me put it that way. I think we should see because, like, especially for a third party, which I'll probably touch on at some point too. A third party or an indie that's really helped and stood by Nintendo through the dark times and helped them. Especially, let's look at Shovel Knight. What was released? Timed
2012, 2013.
Was that a timed exclusive on Wii U or was that
It was
a console?
a timed exclusive on 3DS, I thought it came
it was
3DS and Wii U
it was
at the same
3DS
time.
first.
It definitely hit Nintendo first, for sure.
Okay. So I think throw them a bone, And
it sold well, and it continued. It sold well on Switch.
So it definitely go anyway. It probably won't happen, but it should. It should happen. Plus his moveset would carry over extremely well. He's a 2D side-scrolling platformer. He's got the down attacks. He's got a smash attack.
Yeah.
Got all perfect. Plus he's got the whatever the magical abilities are.
Beats up fools with a shovel. That's just great.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Is it me?
It's funny.
No,
it's Jason's last one.
My last one. No way this happens. King Hippo. I had to do some swapping because I thought about it. I was like, okay, it's not gonna. I gotta switch these around. It doesn't make any sense. King Hippo, because I think you look back at the iconic characters in Nintendo history. We've got Little Mac in there, and Punch Out is. I would love a new Punch Out game. That's like the original Punch Out is one of my favorite games of all time, and I remember like beating King Hippo and what a feeling that was. And then what the heck was the name? Captain N. He was one of the villains on Captain N. So got some mainstream notoriety there, and I think he's just like this big brawling boxing character archetype that I think it would be so fun. And it would be hilarious that if you got hit with the right attack, you'd like fall down and be stunned and you wouldn't be able to get back up until you got hit again or something like that. It'd be hilarious. But let's face it, they're not going to reach into Punch Out for another character. It's not going to happen.
They reach
a better chance having Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, yeah, that's exactly it.
Mike Tyson would be awesome in Smash.
I will definitely do it.
Yeah. Very great.
So
What's next? That wraps it up. Yeah.
That wraps up our no way happens. Now we have the could be. These are the characters that it could go either way. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a variant. I think you're gonna have the one character, and you could switch between like instead of a costume, you have a different variant. The Rabbids. I think you could be like a Mario or Luigi or Rabbit, depending on the costume you pick. So it'd be like Robin, like the gender swap, but it'd be with those 3 rabbits.
That's smart.
Because hello, Ubisoft has been the only third party that has given you any attention. Give them some love.
The rabbits were a big hit in a way that you would expect that Mario Rabbid crossover thing to maybe continue. Yeah. It's a good film.
The whole story of that game still blows me away because it gets leaked and everyone's like, "No, I hate rabbits. No, I don't want them." And then the game's shown and they're like, "This is amazing. I love them." And then they play the game. It's like, "This is the greatest thing ever."
Yeah.
And,
it'd definitely be a punch of humor back into Smash too. Like if they could do shenanigans and whatnot, that'd be hilarious. That'd be really funny. Yeah. Man, if I could pull out my Luigi, Rabbid with that bazooka and fire rockets across the screen, that'd be awesome.
The Peach Rabbid would be the best though.
Yeah.
She have a selfie, she hits you and then takes a selfie mid movie or something.
Hits you with a selfie stick. Takes a picture and just smacks you over the head with it. That'd be
throws
great.
Its phone in your face.
Yeah, that'd go down with Peach's moveset when you had the golf club and the frying pan.
That'd be good.
I like it.
Good one. Caroline?
My turn. I think based off of the most recent Mario game that we've gotten, Super Mario Odyssey, that maybe Pauline could make an appearance.
I don't like that one. That's my least one so far. I gotta admit. I mean,
jerk.
I don't know. I gotta say, I don't know. And at no point did I ever think that. Maybe that's the Odyssey hate continuing. But
maybe, probably. You sold it, didn't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I
you
guess
don't get to talk.
Totally could be in. You're right. Totally could be in. Okay.
Could be.
Just think, she'd have everything centered around those 3 retro items, like her hat, the parasol, and the purse.
Time to set ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just can't help it thinking Carmen Sandiego type stuff going down. That's all my brain is doing, man. It's just constantly going. All right. We're doing coulds or shoulds. I can't remember now. Could be in Smash. All right. Every Smash game has 10 Fire Emblem characters in it. Apparently Sakurai's a huge fan, right? We can't keep getting the same ones because there's too many. Some of them aren't getting the attention they deserve. So I don't know, Ike maybe could be out. And then I say, Jason, do a palette swap, boy girl, just like they did Corrin. You do Liana and Rowan from Fire Emblem Warriors. The 2 new kids, right? They're already doing all that stuff. They got good looks, sword fighters. They'll fit right into the whole Fire Emblem thing. Just give a splash of some newness getting into that game.
I don't know if they would do that though, just because it's a Koei Tecmo thing.
You might be right. I was gonna throw Camilla or somebody else in there, but I think it's obvious they're not gonna throw them in there. So I was kind of going with the boy girl, hometown hero types.
I was thinking to put Camilla in there.
Okay, but that was my could be. That's number 1. Number 2, Toad. All right, Toad needs to be a character in Smash already.
Captain Toad.
So that's the thing. Now that there's Captain Toad, you could put Toad in and give him a costume, right? So now he's a little bit more. He's got a little more to him. If you could pull out a mine cart and fly across the screen and hit somebody, who doesn't love that? Come on, that's awesome. That's really
just
cool.
so long as they get a Toadette skin.
That could even be another skin. They could go Captain Toad, Toadette, or Toadette, Toad, and Captain Toad. But come on, Toad this should have happened by now. Because you can
Toad is in everything as a playable character.
But doesn't Peach pull out a Toad?
Well, he's always finds his way into Smash as some sort of assist or something. But you cannot just play as Toad, and I think a lot of people would like to. I don't know why he's not. I thought maybe it was his size, but they put Pokemon in there. You know, like he's just as big as Pikachu.
Yeah. Pichu's even smaller.
Right. So could
Remind
be
me
in
to
Smash.
do my impression for y'all later.
Toad.
I'm gonna forget to do that.
What? I just don't want to blow the microphone off.
All right. Fair
Back
enough.
to you, Caroline.
Oh, my turn. My other could be is Isabel from Animal Crossing.
Ooh.
That's my should be.
Really?
It is.
Oh man, I'm just kind of
a playable Animal Crossing character for sure. Let's face
Yeah.
it, who wouldn't want to beat up Tom Nook? I mean,
Tom Nook's a
this
good
is
one.
true.
Yeah.
But I just think that Isabel is such a beloved character, and she's definitely one of the most popular ones, even though she's only been in one game.
Absolutely.
punch in the face.
She had 5 amiibo variant cards. I counted the other day. So she's the bomb.com, and I think that if they developed a like really adorable moveset for her, then she would be a hit.
I was thinking the exact same thing. She's in Mario Kart. You know, she's like
Yeah.
the face of that franchise, really.
Yeah.
If anything else. And she's a
Look forward.
female character. You had to throw another girl into the mix, which I know, like, I feel like they're conscious and they're trying to do.
Right.
Isabel should be in Smash. That's why I put her in my should be.
I like that. My last could be I did some last minute swaps here. So I originally in some place on the list I had Wart from Mario 2 making his long return to the legacy, but I threw that out. So my next could be King K Rool.
Yeah, I've always
Long
it
asked
was
for.
gonna be on my list, but it's just one of those things that everybody mentions every single new
That's why I pulled it.
installment.
That's like, well, none of us have said Ridley yet.
Yeah.
Ridley's gonna be in Smash. So I wanted to at least. There's so many people that want that, and I think it'd be cool to see another DK character. But let's face it, if we're gonna get one, it'd be like Funky Kong,
Dixie Kong.
or Dixie.
Yeah, it should be Dixie.
Realistically, but
I
I
would
think
like to see a Diddy Dixie like 2 combo, like ice climbers, like just throw them together, or have a palette swap for Diddy. I think that their models are similar enough, and they probably wouldn't have too much of a different thing going for them.
I hope Diddy still has the hoo-ha, because that was the most hilarious thing that came into
Are we done with that one?
That is the end of that category. So now
it is,
these are
yeah.
our should be who needs to be in Smash. My first one was already revealed. I said Shovel Knight needed to be in Smash. Donnie, Caroline, what is, gotta go stay in order. What is your first should be?
Donnie, you gonna be mad at me? You know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I knew. That's why I didn't put her on my list.
Her.
Oh, I thought maybe not.
No, I'm just saying, for nostalgia's sake, for Melee's sake,
Oh,
This is my other one then.
bring back the ice climbers.
Yeah.
okay. I thought
Yeah.
you were gonna go with Pyra or the some.
I
I didn't say that wouldn't be my other one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I felt like it was like a given to put on this just to be like a purist, but I feel like how many people were so outraged when they got omitted on the Wii U, and for what a reason too, you know, the technical limitations of the 3DS. So.
Yes, who cares?
I wish they would have just been like, no,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to.
And I agree with Caroline. It's for the exact same reasons, for like the sake of Melee and like the history of that character through that game. And I think it's perfect to bring him back too, because I think people would just get, for no other reason, people would just be like, oh my god, the Ice Climbers, man! Like, you don't even play as Ice Climbers. I don't care. They're back.
The only person I think that religiously has played as Ice Climbers is Nintendude. Like, I just love watching him troll other people at tournaments.
Then Wobbles. I think Wobbles played
Yep.
with. And that's
Oh yeah, well yeah, Wobbles.
and that's about.
The old school days. Go, Donnie, your turn.
I'm sorry, I was looking. Because I've already done my one. Should be Isabel. My other one goes back to my Dr. Mario swap. Dr. Mario's out. Paper Mario, you're in. Okay, like let's get Paper Mario in the game. He's so much.
Game and Watch swap.
Yeah.
That's so much better than Dr. Mario, especially if he could like flip paper form as he turned left and right, and he pulls out a hammer. If they did like color splash, he'd smack this dude. Paper Mario.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So that was my other should be in Smash. Isabel and Paper Mario, you guys should be in Smash.
Yeah. When's the last Dr. Mario hasn't been a thing in
Well, they did
Correct.
Dr. Mario
Dr.
Wii U.
Luigi
Or
was
Dr.
the
Luigi.
year of the Luigi thing.
Ugh,
I think that's the last
it
time.
was a bad year for Luigi.
Not really. I love Luigi. He's my favorite. Well, I guess that leaves my last one.
Close it out here, Caroline.
All right. Well, since we did have Shulk come into the fray with the original Xenoblade, I think Rex is a little bit too dry of a character, and he's not as cool. But since Xenoblade 2 was all about blades, and the blades being actual physical forms of people or animals or what have you, and since they're so ridiculously popular, I think it would be neat to have Pyra and Mithra as like a old school Zelda sheep transformation combo.
I can't.
That's
That's
what it should be.
okay. I can't argue with that one too much.
I mean, I just feel like they have to have some representation for the new game.
I think it makes sense. It's like when they're the big property that they pushed on as a Switch release.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of Switch releases that they've done and what fits.
Speaking of that topic, I'm very surprised between the three of us that
Little
nobody
biased.
mentioned an ARMS character.
Judd the cat should be in there.
Aw, we're so thankful to get Inklings, so I don't think that we're gonna be disappointed if we don't have more than one
I think
Splatoon.
we're all at this point. I think it's a given though that an ARMS character is going to be in there. Like I think it's probably a 99% chance that at least Springman is in there.
I hope
Springman
not.
and Ribbon Girl.
Yeah, I would think we'd get both of them because I think like you have to get the
When
another
the internet just wants the other one. They want the girl with the hair. What was her name?
Min Min.
Oh,
Oh, Twintel.
Twin Tail. That's the one everybody wants. Right?
I think
No? Apparently not.
I have it on my shelf, and I don't think I'll ever play it again.
Cobra. That's my boy. So
Everybody has a different one, so they don't put any in. Just makes the entire
A
ARMS
different
community
character
furious.
for every skin. You can have all eight characters as one.
No,
Arms
there's
I think-
fighter,
I think we'll definitely see some ARMS character for sure.
unfortunately.
The only one that I wanted to put on my list that I didn't was Pokemon Trainer. It's because they got so much Pokemon representation.
I had that too, as
Oh.
a should be coming back.
I thought we were done.
No. I'm just saying, like, I originally had it,
Oh,
but
okay.
then I was like, yeah. But yeah, I really miss Pokemon Trainer.
I for all the reasons that you were talking about Ice Climbers, I kept thinking of like Pokemon Trainer. That is such a nostalgic play. And I know they've got Pokemon, but it's not Pokemon Trainer. Like
No.
my son still plays Smash with Pokemon Trainer. He loves throwing the Pokeball. Like
So if you had
Dinosaurs,
to cut, like
the
some
bomb.
Pokemon representation, who would you dare get rid of? Lucario, Greninja.
Probably
Ninja.
yeah,
Yeah,
Lucario or Greninja.
Jigglypuff or Pikachu.
No, I wouldn't touch them. I wouldn't touch Charizard. I definitely think there's some better ones that could come in. I'm always a huge fan of Cubone, but like even like more of the like Gengar, like more of the popular types that were in Pokken. Like Gengar coming in for Greninja would be a good swap in my mind, or something like that. I could come up with several options for Pokemon.
I don't think Lucario or Greninja are that iconic of Pokemon in general.
I think they are with the kids, but definitely not with
Really,
us.
Lucario?
My son, yeah. I think with the kids and like a lot of the kids like in the TV show and stuff, the new stuff. So I mean, I think they have their place. Plus, they're like common fighters.
Dude, playable
does.
Magikarp would be awesome.
Playable Magikarp.
Side note.
Nothing happens.
That'd be a really cool one. Like if Pokemon Trainer, like if you could do like a combination where he threw a Magikarp instead, like a mistake, like a joke, or if he blocked, it came out and just Magikarp took all the
Awesome.
damage. That'd be hilarious.
Be
That
like
would
the
be good stuff.
Block. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty good list. At least I think so. Yeah. I definitely agree. I think most of our stuff is pretty grounded. Like we didn't go crazy. We're not over like put Goku in Smash.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek.
Caroline, Brian is correct. Just said Lucario had his own movie, so he's pretty iconic. Because he had
That's true.
My husband, Brian?
Yeah, your husband Brian.
What up,
Go
loser?
fight him. Fight me. So you gotta turn around and say it right now.
No.
It'd be hilarious if he created like his own YouTube profile just to troll his wife while she podcasts.
His username was totally not Brian Underwood. That's what I wanted to say.
It would not be the first time.
That'd be great.
How are we sitting on time, Donnie? Do you
50 minutes.
Do you want to do a couple headlines real quick, or do we want to?
Do you have some?
I did pull a couple when you told me to.
I pulled one, but it's not like super newsworthy. But yeah, we can. We've got time.
Yeah, I've got one. Stardew Valley multiplayer.
Yeah.
Ready as soon as next month. Coming from Concerned Ape. They released a tweet, came out 2 days ago. Update on Stardew Valley multiplayer. Still making good progress on fixing bugs. If all goes well, it should be ready in about a month.
I'm so excited.
It's good stuff.
Pending the bug fixing process, and then of course, sending it to Nintendo for certification and everything, which usually takes like 5 days to 2 weeks, it appears. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's going to be what would actually really get me into Stardew, because I like dabble a little bit, but I haven't I don't have that bug where I'm like, oh, I got to go in and keep playing. It hasn't hit me yet. So I'm thinking like multiplayer, at least when I'm playing with some other people, might finally get me going a little more. Plus, I'm still at that point where I don't really know what I'm doing.
I think that's it with me. I remember when they announced multiplayer was Covenant, and I kind of told Kevin at the time, I was like, maybe that's when I'll give it a try, and somebody can shepherd me along and give me the easy version. Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for.
I just want to make a lot of beer and ale and wine in the game.
Yeah, you don't even want to play the game. It's like I'm just going to farm for a bit. Yeah,
exactly. Art imitates life. That's what they say, right?
I think I put more into the Stardew Valley on the Switch now than I did on Steam.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's just more accessible though that way. I can see that.
Play,
I just love holding it on handheld and looking at it on handheld.
Makes sense. We already talked about this in our Discord, so those of you that have been in our Discord, you've probably already seen this, but I did pull up that Shovel Knight... I'm sorry? No, not Kevin Mitchell. Shovel Knight sold 2 million copies, and that's great for them. And then I started looking into the numbers. This is interesting. Shovel Knight sold 2 million copies. They put the game on Windows, 3DS, Switch, Wii U, PS4, Xbox One. I don't even know what this is. SCEE cross-buy? What does it mean? Vita, Mac, and then others. Just like another other category. So here's the thing. Here's what I established from this chart. That game should have sold 5 times this much.
No doubt.
That game sold 2 million copies. It's literally, if you don't even count PC, it's on 75 million consoles. It's 1.5%, 2% of gamers have bought Shovel Knight. That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I totally wasn't when I had on a Wii U, I wasn't interested in it. I just didn't like it. And then when I had played it on Switch, I was like, this game's amazing. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah,
totally.
On Wii U and 3DS.
Interesting to go on to that. 3DS sold almost 24% of total sales. Right behind it, Switch. Right behind that, Wii U. So we were talking about Nintendo, the Shovel Knight being such a boon for them. There are 3 leading platforms, not including PC, all Nintendo consoles. Even the Wii U, struggling Wii U, sold more on Wii U than PS4.
That's insane.
I'm so hyped for the King of Cards.
I'm hoping to play that next month.
I love especially with Spectrum format, you can just see how far they've come from Shovel Knight to how they've do storytelling within the game, how much they've changed how that game plays. I'm gonna be sad when Shovel Knight's done, but I'm really looking forward to what Yacht Club
do next
after Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
Or if there's ever a Shovel Knight 2 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great game.
They're RoboCon. I'm hoping that there's something there that I can.
Oh yeah, this weekend, right?
No,
I bet you'll be able to. Hopefully, you can play at the game. I'd expect. Last thing I had real quick was the Nintendo Switch now has save data backup, has cloud saves.
The hacker.
Thanks to hackers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice. I was about to say, I don't remember reading that.
Caroline's like, where? Leave screen. Just.
The quote comes from Bernardino Giordano. Seems that we successfully performed save backup and restore operations directly on Nintendo Switch through Checkpoint. Source code will be available sometime this year with some goodies coming from the Nintendo 3DS version. So, again, it's not legit, of course. Showing that it's possible. There was also a headline going along with this that they said how they applauded Nintendo for how how secure they have made the Switch as a system, but unfortunately, due to the Tegra chip, it is exploitable. just for the name of that hardware. But I don't know. One day we'll have like everything syncing to your Nintendo account. One day.
I hope.
They'll do it.
I just want to say Brian changed his name to totally not Brian Underwood. I love it.
Did he really?
I'm embarrassed.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
That's my husband.
Those are my new topic. My news topics besides Billy Mitchell. I just like saying this.
Did you see what happened to Billy Mitchell, Carol?
No.
Do you know who Billy Mitchell is?
No.
All right. So what is the movie? The documentary it was on Amazon.
King of Kong: A Fistful of Quarters.
Yeah. So all right. So, just
he was always the record holder for Donkey Kong for millennia.
Oh, okay.
Full disclosure, I don't know anything about like that whole community, nor do I consider myself a fan of retro gamers. But in that movie, which is the only time I've ever seen this guy, he does nothing to make you endear to him. Like,
he's a big jerk face.
Yeah, he's a total jerkwad. Like,
with his long hair and his American flag tie and his dress shirts and his fancy shoes.
The way he treats people, the way he talks to people, like he's a total jerk. And
so what happened to him?
He submitted this grainy videotape of him setting the all-time Guinness Book World Record for Donkey Kong. Like right when somebody broke his original record, like then, like that day. So then apparently all these years later, people have been studying whatnot, and they realize that it looks like the score has been the score has been gotten, probably not like illegally, but he got the score maybe using like an emulator, which is against the rules. Like you can't use an emulator.
Play it on the arcade.
Yep. Got to play it on the motherboard. So
they, his old original world record score was fake.
Well, fake. Probably illegal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So now all his scores have been stricken from the record, and he's banned from ever submitting a score to Twin Galaxies. So,
you know, it's a dramatic group of people, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, did you like the documentary though? Because I found it fascinating. I think it was really cool, and you need to watch.
I need to watch this then.
There's the one about a guy that plays. Oh God, I talked about it on Flexibles before, and it's a snake game, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's the same thing. It's this guy trying to beat the record of that, and on that game you had to play it for like 30 hours straight, or it was like 32 hours straight in order to get the high score. It's just
Did it have a montage?
That's insane.
There's a couple montages in there.
You're the best. Hurrah!
The fact when these people are playing the game so long and then get enough lives so they can just walk away from the unit for 15, 20 minutes to eat and use the restroom while it's ridiculous. I mean, the fact I couldn't imagine playing anything for like 5 hours straight, let alone 24 hours straight, Wow,
I couldn't dare. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's some weird game though. I can't remember the name. It's like some obscure thing I had never heard of before.
So I mean, I wonder if he'll ever like surface again, or if he'll just like go away now.
What if he could just does everything under like a pseudonym?
Yeah, he could.
Like as much as like he was like this, he was an icon, and it's important to have. He was a villain, I think. At the same time, it's important to have characters like that in a community, in a subculture, and it's a shame now that he's essentially doesn't exist. He's going to be stricken from that whole thing, and it's too bad because he did.
The guy beat all of the Japanese at this game. Like seriously?
Yeah,
wow.
He had world records in Pac-Man. I think he had at one time. He had Pac-Man. I think he had Donkey Kong, and I think he had something else.
Like, I mean, he is legit. Like this score wasn't legit, but he is.
The stuff he did as a kid and prior was all legit. So
I wonder if like maybe he was just portrayed that way. I wonder if he's like a nice guy. I've seen him in like other appearances. He definitely wasn't. He might just be in character. Maybe he's just like in character.
Kevin says he's basically Peter Dinklage's character in Pixels. And I'll say, Kevin, I have no idea what you're talking about because I haven't, nor will I ever watch that movie. I don't want to sacrifice 2 hours of my life for that. Okay. I'd rather watch He Never Died again. #butts. Thanks, Josh. Worst movie on Flexibles ever. Even worse than Gallo Walkers. Ugh. Dark time.
Silence.
Yep. Well, on that note, what do you think? Think time to get out of the shack, close it up, shut it down.
Yep.
Let it rest another night.
Get ready
Caroline.
for that.
Where do we go? Where do we go when the shack is closed?
I just kind of wander around outside.
Are we on a beach? Is it a beach shack?
You wish.
Yeah. Okay.
We can't afford a shack on the beach.
It's a shack.
Like a marshy swamp.
Oh, you. Okay. Where can people find me? I'm the Nintendo at Twitter. And I'm in the Discord every so often whenever I feel like I gotta say something.
Donnie Reitz.
I am posting to the Discord at this very moment a YouTube video of Rabid Peach dancing to Beyonce's Naughty Girl.
I heard about this. Started watching.
Caroline, go watch that. You can find me on Twitter at Playing Nintendo. Ain't no G's in Playing Nintendo. And you can follow the entire team over there at PSVG.
And you can follow me on Twitter at JW Lacey. I do the other podcast I've talked about plenty of times, but PSVG is where it's at tonight. So you should check that out. Check out all the other shows we have. And hey, come back for more Nintendo Shack. We'd love to have you. We'll see you next time.
Good night, Koopalings.
This peach rabbit is awesome.